Welcome to FLS News. First, the headlines.
The online world terrorized by a software of mythical proportions, Pegasus. The world limps back towards normalcy. India fights back. A report on the country's COVID battle. ISC and ICSC 2021 results declared. The school bags yet another award at the ELETS World Education Summit. Father Leblon School celebrates one Mahotsav. The school flag flies at the South Base Camp. Special report on our Everest story. In this edition, our special sections are Life of a Student During Lockdown and FLS Hot Sauce.
Pegasus is a mythical winged divine horse from Greek mythology. However, the spyware developed by Israeli company Malevolent, the same name, sinister entity. It is capable of hacking into your phone with audio capabilities and altering. Oh my god, this seems really dangerous, right? So what exactly is Pegasus spyware? As of 2016, Pegasus spyware was capable of reading text messages, call logs, assessing your location, and harvesting all the information from your devices. The spyware is named after a mythical winged horse, a Trojan horse that can be sent through air, flying, and infect your phones. Pegasus was discovered in August 2016 after failed installation on an iPhone of a human activist led to an investigation revealing the details about the spyware and the security vulnerabilities it exploited. The spyware caused a huge media coverage and it was called the most sophisticated smartphone attack ever. In July 2021, the widespread media coverage, part of the Project Pegasus, revelations along with an in-depth analysis by the Human Rights Amnesty International uncovered that Pegasus was still being widely used against high-profile targets. The Pegasus software was able to infect the modern iOS to the latest version 14.6 through a zero-click iMessage exploit. Thanks to the people like Edward Snowden, we were already aware of the fact that there is nothing called privacy on the internet. However, the Pegasus revelations are quite disturbing given to a fact or an extent to which the above is possible. This is Priyanshu Kumar reporting from the FLS News.
A large number of people expect life to be normal within the next 12 months. According to New World Economic Forum emphasis, it will not be the same old world for a long time to come. Past pandemics have transformed societies and this is no exception. The COVID have induced restriction, ease and glances of a pre-pandemic. The world have begun to react. The worldwide vaccination drive has immuned people against the various varieties of the virus. In some nations, for instance, US, have developed a policy no masks for the vaccinated world. As everyone gets vaccinated, one should not forget to maintain the COVID-appropriate behaviors. A vaccinated one can also be a carrier of virus which is mutated, people being out and the masks being discarded in some nations. We hope that the progress will continue and we will very soon get to see people meeting and eating together as they used to. A world where a picture from a gathering will no longer seem usual. Thank you. This is April reporting for FLS.
The road to recovery seems is long, but short and steady one. During the initial stages of the second wave, more than 4 lakhs cases were reported every day. but infections now seems to be gradually depleting to less than 50,000 cases per day due to the vigorous efforts of government, NGOs and healthcare professionals. India has set to introduce a COVID-19 vaccination drive, providing doses for free to all the states and union territories for individuals who are 18 and above. Over 8.27 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines were administered until 9 pm on the 19th of July 2021, the highest ever in a single day. Where the economy is concerned, according to the Press Trust of India's estimation, India's GDP may grow from 8.4 up to 10.1% if the situation is brought under control. The International Monetary Fund projected 12.5% growth in 2021. India has set an ambitious target to manufacture more than 2 billion COVID-19 vaccines by December, targeting a population of 1.3 billion. The relentless vaccination drive and improved healthcare infrastructure shows promises for better future in India. Just like in 2014, India was declared as a polio-free country. So to achieve a COVID-free nation, one must take precautions and always remember, do gaz duri, mask hai zaruri. This is Diksha reporting for FLS News.
Amid a lot of uncertainty, when the ICSE and ISC students were really relieved, when on 24th of July their board results were declared. Our school have done amazingly well.
In ICSE batch, the class topper with 96.6% is Dipayan Roy, followed by Sakshi Kumari, Anvesha Das and Siladitya Shah.
Anmol Bhagat is the class topper with an overall 94.25%, followed by Yes Yaswal and Sneha Shah. After being recognized as the best co-ed residential school in Darjeeling in 2016 by Education World and thereafter as a great place to study at the House of Commons London in 2018, Father LeBlanc School yet again emerges out as the winner in the Innovative Practices for Academic Excellence and Physical Award by ELETS World Education Summit 2021. This is an outcome of the new learning ideas adopted by the school, which include programs like MindSpark and Navima. They both are cloud-based applications which include subjects like maths, science and English. The new report card system introduced by the school not only focuses on the academic development but also the overall development of the student. The school also conducts detailed assessment examination, the paper of which are outsourced. Although the awards are not the end goal of the school, it's certainly the reflection of the progress that we have made. Various organizations have recognized our efforts and which works as an incentive for the school, not only in an offline setup but also in an online mode of education. Thank you. This is Khushi from FLS News. Stay tuned for more updates.
Millions of sea animals forced to death in an unprecedented heat wave in Canada. A flood of biblical proportions in Europe. Ice cells melting in Arctic. All of this sound like a perfect recipe for a Bollywood blockbuster. Sadly, these grim events are unfolding for real reason as we speak, thanks to the climate change. At a time like this, nothing could be more important than an aggressive attempt at afforestation. One Mahotsav or One Mahotsava is an one-week annual tree planting festival celebrated in India. It has been tradition in India since 1947. In keeping with the noble mission, Lions Club of Bidhanagar held a plantation drive in premises of Father LeBlanc School, where Mr. Kajul Ghosh was the chief guest and video of Fancy Rebabrock was guest of honor. A similar initiative had been undertaken in the previous years as well. As it is, the campus is blessed with lychee, jamu, guava, mango and various other indigenous fruiting trees which serve to delight the students and staff during the fruiting season. There are few compost pits in FLS now, which are being used for the preparation of compost. It's basically the kitchen wet waste which goes into it. School is also coming up with various activities for students where they will be taught and required to make eco-bricks and segregate waste. This is Harsha for FLS News. Stay home, stay safe.
When going gets too tedious, it is always a good idea to step out of the box and get a bird's eye view of the world. We then realize how minuscule our problems are relative to the really big issues at hand.
Taking this age-old bit of wisdom to heart literally, the deputy directors of Father Lebron School footed it all the way to an altitude of 17,598 feet to the south base camp of Mount Everest, gallantly posing with the maroon and navy blue FLS flag there on 19th April 2021. Many are not aware of the fact that there are two base camps on Mount Everest. On opposite side of the mountains, South Base Camp is in Nepal at an altitude of 17,598 feet, while the Base Camp is in Tibet, China at 16,900 feet. Clearly the one in Nepal is higher of the two, and in 1953, Edmund Hillary had taken this same route to the summit. After a 17-day trek, some very inhospitable terrain, the duo Biaz and Mukul Paul Chaudhary returned to the school exhausted in the body but jubilant in the spirit.
When it comes to setting precedent, Father Lebron School is second to none. This is Indurakshi Datta for FLS.
The lockdown has been around for almost 2 years now. If not for the other organizations, then at least for the school. I represent the millions of children trapped in their homes with no going to school, sharing food with their benchmates, or playing football in the rain. What you are about to see is how a student life has been during the lockdown. Don't be surprised. This is not my mom's being angry. Rather, I fall asleep so frequently at home that I have asked her to help me keep awake if I sleep too much.
Do we need a national death audit, in order to better be able to understand just how dangerous, the COVID waves have been in order to better prepare for the future?
So first of all, I don't think the number of deaths would be that high as has been reported.
Like most people, we do watch TV first thing in the morning, but what we see is not nice. More people falling ill, forest burning, people killing each other, pollution, climate change. Oof, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Reason that in our country now, it's not.
I do get to meet my friends and learn from my teachers, but hour after hour when the classes go on, it starts getting very tedious. Sometimes at night my head begins to hurt. I know things will remain like this for some time, but I cannot just sit at home and become miserable. My friends have picked up many hobbies. I have decided to work on myself, self-improvement and development of my body and my mind. So that is the way I have been spending my days at home. It is almost like life in a prison. It can be boring, but we have to find ways to make it more meaningful. The grown-ups have brought climate change, wars and diseases to the world. They are also the ones who go outside without wearing masks. But it's the school and we children for whom the future is uncertain.
In the contemporary times, not a lot of people have time to invest in hobbies and co-curricular activities. Nowadays, people are more perplexed due to the pandemic, but the silver lining around this dark cloud is that the lockdowns have given us time to cultivate new hobbies and learn more than we generally did. Father Lebron School welcomes you to FLS Hotshots, an outstanding initiative to bring to the limelight those who have grown keen interest in such activities and have developed unmatched skills. Father Lebron School has planned to select and invite such students who have developed skills in arts like painting, singing, dancing, graphics and photography and so on. to talk about how they develop those skills and share some information on the topic so that other students might learn too. In this edition of the FLS Hotshots, we have a talented student of class 8, Kaninika Shaha, to demonstrate and talk about digital painting. More on this by Kaninika.
Digital painting is an emerging art form in which traditional painting techniques such as watercolor, oil, impasto, etc. are applied using digital tools by means of a computer, graphic tablet and the stylus, and of course a software. But there's a cool thing about it. Nowadays we don't need a specific stylus and a graphic tablet to make beautiful graphic arts. We can simply try it on our mobile phones, just like I do, using the right software. The artist uses painting techniques to create the digital painting directly on the computer. All digital painting programs try to mimic the use of physical media through various brushes and paint effects. Included in many programs are brushes that are digitally styled to represent the traditional style like oils, acrylic, pastels, charcoal, pen and even airbrushing. There are also certain effects unique to each type of digital paint which portray the realistic effects of say watercolor or a digital watercolor painting. In most digital painting programs, users can create their own painting brush style using a combination of texture and shape. This ability is very important in bridging the gap between traditional and digital painting.
Now, Kaninika, could you please tell us what is it that inspired you and sparked the idea to start creating graphics art in your mind?
I started doing graphic arts on 11 February 2021 and it's been 5 months and I have been trying to improve myself every day. There was a friend of mine who used to do graphic concept arts and it really impressed me. So one day I requested her to explain me what is it and how is she doing it. The way she explained me really encouraged me to enter into this world of graphic painting. She was the one who inspired me in starting these graphic artworks. I really thank her with all my heart.
How about you show us one of your favorite artworks that you have created?
Yeah, sure. On the screen. This one is my favorite artwork because I really enjoyed doing it and I also learned new techniques and art styles during the process. I also found out some unique tools which can help me in improving my paintings further. And of course, I was pretty satisfied with the outcome.
Finally, as we are heading towards the end of this interview, I request Kaninika to please show us a few time lapses of artistic process. With that, we have arrived at the conclusion of this edition of Hotshots. Hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. Stay home, stay safe.